Can you really become fluent in English in 6 months? Most people don't believe it. They think it's impossible. They say, I've studied for years, but I still can't speak. Maybe you've felt that way too. You know hundreds of words, but when it's time to talk, your mind goes blank. You understand what others say, but your tongue just won't move. You freeze, and then you feel frustrated. I understand that feeling. It's not about your ability, it's about your habits. Because the truth is this: fluency doesn't come from grammar books or long study hours. It doesn't come from living abroad. It comes from presence, from having English in your life every day. Today, I'll show you how. You'll learn a simple way to bring English into your daily life, from morning to night, so it becomes natural, effortless, and part of who you are. You'll learn how to listen with focus, speak through shadowing, think in English, and build the right mindset to keep going. Because the secret to fluency is not intensity, it's consistency. You don't need 3 hours a day. You just need 5 minutes that you enjoy. 5 minutes when you speak out loud. 5 minutes when you listen with curiosity. 5 minutes when you think, dream, or smile in English. That's where real progress begins. Let's be honest. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about connection. It's about waking up and saying, I'm part of this language. I can do this. When you live with English, when you hear it, speak it, think it, and believe in yourself, your brain changes. Your confidence grows. And one day you realize you're not just learning English anymore. You're living in it. So yes, you can become fluent in 6 months. Not by forcing yourself, but by surrounding yourself with the language you love. And that's exactly what we'll explore in today's episode. Step by step, I'll guide you through a daily routine that can transform your English. From the moment you wake up to the time you close your eyes at night. Now let's start from the beginning. Let's start from your morning. Because fluency begins the moment you open your eyes. Now, let's start with your morning. The first moments after you wake up are powerful. They shape your mood, your thoughts, your energy, and yes, your English too. So here's my first tip. Start your day with English. Before you check your phone, before you open social media, play something in English. It can be a short podcast, a song, or a video you love. It doesn't need to be long. Even 5 minutes is enough. When you listen to English in the morning, you're training your brain to accept the language naturally. Your ears wake up in English. Your mind becomes familiar with its rhythm and sound. Think of it like sunlight for your language brain. It warms it up. It tells your brain, hey, English is part of my day. You don't need to understand every word. Just listen. Let the sounds flow around you. Let your ears do the work. Good job. That's how learning begins. Not with pressure, but with presence. Let me share a small story. When I started learning a new language, I used to wake up with music. Every morning I played the same song while brushing my teeth. At first, I only heard sounds. I didn't understand a single word. But after a few months, something magical happened. I started recognizing small pieces. A word here, a phrase there. And then one day, I realized my mind was thinking in that language. Just a little. That was my turning point. And it all began with those quiet mornings. With music, not textbooks. So try this tomorrow. When you open your eyes, press play on an English podcast or a song that makes you feel good. Let it play while you make your coffee or while you get ready for the day. Don't worry about understanding everything. Don't force yourself to translate. Just listen. Your brain learns sound through rhythm, not translation. The more you hear, the more it grows. Remember, every morning is a new chance to grow your English, gently, naturally. You don't need a classroom. You don't need a teacher next to you. You just need a few peaceful minutes and a curious ear. That's it. You're already improving, right from your morning routine. Now let's move to the next part. How to speak English with confidence using one of the most powerful methods in language learning, shadowing. Now, let's talk about speaking, because listening is only half of the journey. To grow fluent, you have to use your voice. And one of the best ways to do that is something called shadowing. Shadowing means this. You listen to someone speak in English, and you repeat immediately after them. Not later, not after you think, but right away, like an echo. You copy the rhythm, you copy the tone, you copy the feeling of the words. That's it. Simple, but powerful. Let's try a few short examples. You can repeat after me. I'm walking to work. Pause. The sun is bright today. Pause. I feel ready for a new day. Pause. Good job. You're already doing it. You're shadowing. Notice how your mouth moves. Notice how your voice rises and falls. That's English rhythm, and your body is learning it. You see, when you shadow, your tongue learns faster than your brain. Your muscles remember the sound before your mind translates it. That's why this method works. You're not just studying English. You're living it with your mouth, your breath, and your ears. It's okay if you don't understand every word. You don't need to. Just repeat. Feel the movement. Let your voice follow the sound. Let me tell you a quick story. One of my students, Lynn, used to listen to English podcasts every morning. At first, she was quiet. She just listened. Then, one day, she decided to shadow, to repeat the words out loud while walking to work. People looked at her a little funny, but she smiled and kept going. After a few weeks, her pronunciation became smoother. After 2 months, she could speak faster and with confidence. Not because she studied more grammar, but because she practiced movement. That's what shadowing gives you. Muscle memory for English. So here's what I want you to do. Tomorrow, find one short video, or this very podcast. Play 1 minute of audio, listen once, then repeat every sentence out loud. Copy the tone, the rhythm, the emotion. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for movement. Because when you move your mouth, you move your confidence too. Good job. You're already on your way. Now let's take it one step deeper. You've listened, you've spoken. Next, let's go inside your thoughts. Let's learn how to think in English. Now, let's go a little deeper. You've listened. You've spoken. Now it's time to think in English. This is where real fluency begins. Not outside, but inside your mind. You see, every language lives first in our thoughts. If your thoughts are still in your native language, your brain needs time to translate before you speak. That's why words sometimes come late, or your sentences feel slow. But when you start to think in English, you skip that step. You stop translating, and you start speaking. So how can you do it? Start small, start simple. When you wake up, say to yourself, I'm getting out of bed. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. No one needs to hear you. It's your private English world. Later, when you walk outside, ask yourself little questions. What will I eat today? Where am I going now? What is that person doing? These small questions are powerful. They train your brain to choose English first. They turn English from a subject into a habit. Good job if you're already whispering them in your head. That's it. That's how you grow. Think of your brain as a muscle. It grows in the language you feed it. If you feed it English, even short sentences, it becomes stronger every day. You don't need big words. You just need daily thoughts. Maybe while you cook, say, the water is boiling. The smell is nice. Maybe while you wait for the bus, think, The sky is gray. I feel sleepy. These are not exercises. They are moments of connection between your life and your English. At first, it may feel strange. You might forget or mix languages. That's okay. That's how learning happens. Every mix, every small effort, is your brain building new paths. Soon you'll notice something amazing. You'll catch yourself thinking in English without even trying. You'll describe your day, your plans, your feelings, and it will feel natural. That's fluency, not perfection, but presence. So today, give yourself short English breaks. 1 minute here, 2 minutes there. Talk to yourself in your mind. Smile when you do it. You're rewiring your brain, step by step. When you think in English, you don't study anymore. You live the language. Beautiful work, my friend. You're doing it. Now, let's move to the next part. How to build a strong, positive mindset to keep your English journey alive. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Something that lives behind your voice. Your mindset. Because the way you think about English shapes the way you speak it. You can study all day, but if your thoughts are negative, your voice will sound afraid. If your thoughts are kind, your words will flow naturally. So let's begin here, gently. Maybe you've said this before. I'm bad at English. I'll never sound natural. My pronunciation is terrible. These thoughts feel small, but they grow like seeds. And soon they block your confidence. But here's the truth. You are not bad at English. You're just learning. And learning takes time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going, slowly, step by step. So from now on, whenever that negative voice appears, try to answer it with kindness. Say, I'm improving every day. I speak more clearly than before. I'm learning, and that's enough. Good job. That's it. You're already changing your story. You don't need to study harder. You need to study smarter. You don't need 3 long hours a day. You just need 5 focused minutes. Minutes that you enjoy. Fluency isn't built by pressure. It's built by presence. By the moments when English becomes part of your life. When you listen to an English song in the morning. When you talk to yourself while cooking. When you think in English as you walk to work. Those small moments are not small at all. They are the heartbeat of your progress. Good job for being here, for showing up today. You've already started your 6-month journey, and whether you notice it or not, you're already changing. Think about this. Every time you shadow a voice, you train your ears and your mouth to work together. Every time you think in English, you build a bridge inside your brain. Every time you speak, even to yourself, you make English more natural, more you. That's how fluency grows. Not in big jumps, but in gentle steps. 1 word, 1 sentence, 1 day at a time. Your journey doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be consistent. Because when English lives in your day, it grows with you. It becomes a quiet friend beside you. In the morning, at work, on the bus, before bed. And one day, without realizing it, you'll speak. And the words will come naturally. Not because you forced them, but because you lived with them. So take this moment to feel grateful. Grateful for your effort. Grateful for your progress. Grateful for this time you gave yourself today. You're not waiting for fluency. You're already walking in it, slowly, kindly, every single day. That's your realization. That's your truth. Now, let's bring everything together and talk about the power of daily shadowing. Now, let's take a moment to breathe. You've reached the end of today's journey. And what a journey it's been. You've listened, you've spoken, you've thought, you've reflected. You've trained your ears. By listening carefully with focus and curiosity. You've trained your mouth by speaking aloud, by shadowing, by trusting your voice. You've trained your mind by thinking in English, little by little, every day. And you've trained your confidence by believing in yourself, even when it felt hard. That's real progress. That's the kind that lasts. Good job, my friend. Now, let's be honest. Fluency doesn't happen overnight. It's not magic. It's a habit. Every small action builds your voice. Every 5 minutes of shadowing shapes your sound. Every word you repeat makes English a little more yours. You don't need to study for hours. You just need small, steady steps every single day. Even 5 minutes today is better than nothing tomorrow, because 5 minutes done with heart can change everything over time. Your ears learn the rhythm, your mouth learns the movement, your brain learns the pattern, and your confidence, it begins to grow. That's the power of daily shadowing. Shadowing isn't just a technique, it's a conversation between you and English. It's how you connect sound with meaning, and how you turn fear into flow. When you shadow, you train your body and your mind to move together. You stop thinking about mistakes. You start feeling the music of the language. That's fluency. Not perfection, but connection. So here's your small challenge for tomorrow. Find one short English video, maybe this podcast, maybe a scene from your favorite show. Listen once, then shadow it. Speak along. Repeat it 2 or 3 times. Don't worry about speed. Go slowly. Let the rhythm guide you. Because every time you speak, you grow stronger. Every time you practice, you move closer to the voice you dream of. You're not waiting for fluency anymore. You're creating it, one day at a time. If you enjoyed this episode, repeat it tomorrow. Or shadow one short English clip that inspires you. And next week, we'll take the next step together. We'll talk about how to build confidence when you speak English. Until then, keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing. Your English is growing, beautifully, quietly, every day. Good job today. I'm proud of you. See you in the next episode.